Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are at the venue of the Cloud Confex. This inaugural Cloud Confex is being organized by the Dubai World Trade Center and CPI as a part of GTEx this year. The Cloud Conference brings together vendors, end users and other stakeholders in the cloud industry from across the region to discuss how cloud technologies and services is going to transform regional enterprises and the way they consume applications and IT solutions in the near future. We have with us a distinguished panel of people speaking on the Cloud Confex today, and you will see them one after the other going forth. Thank you. We have with us today Gregor Petri, advisor for cloud computing at CA Technologies. He's just stepped out of the Cloud Confex, so let's ask him how things are going. So Gregor, how is the Cloud Confex going? You have been there this morning. What does it look like to you?
It looked very good. We had a packed room, so there was interest in the region. What a lot of people seem to think is that cloud computing is mainly about technology, and we think that it's not even that much about new technology. It's much more about how you handle technology, how you consume it. And I very often use the example of the iPod. When Steve Jobs introduced the iPod.
Yes, Gregor, you were talking about how the Cloud Confex was this morning. Can you tell us a little more about how you feel about the Cloud Confex after your session?
Okay, yes, I think it was a good session. We had a packed room, so there was a lot of interest in the region. And what we see is that a lot of people seem to think that cloud computing is mainly about technology, but it really isn't. It is about how you use technology and how you manage that technology. And I often use the example of the iPod. When Steve Jobs at Apple introduced the iPod, there wasn't any new technology in there. Hard disks had been around for a while, music compression had been around for a while, people were walking around looking silly in streets with headphones for a while, but he brought them together and made it a really compelling proposition. And we now know that he changed the music industry forever, and Apple is now the biggest music reseller in the world, not just on the internet, but basically in the whole world. And we think that cloud computing will do the same thing for computing. So although it's not new technology, it will really change our industry.
So do you think that the Cloud Confex is timed right for the region? Is this the right time for talking cloud for the region, especially since we always refer to it as a developing region in the world?
Yes, I think it's actually an ideal time, because if you look at cloud computing, you can use it to do the same you do today, but do it a little bit more efficient. But the real opportunity of cloud computing is in doing new things. So opening new markets, going into new countries, finding new consumers, offering new services. That's where the real benefits of cloud computing come out, because you can do it a lot faster, you can do it more efficiently, you can do it interactively with the customers because it's on the internet. And I think that the emerging economies actually have a much better shot at that than, let's say, the established economies, where it's much more about doing what you do today already, but just a little bit more efficiently.
Okay. One of the things that regional enterprises find very confusing with cloud computing is the different definitions that are floating around. So how does CA define cloud computing for the region?
Okay, yeah, well, everyone has a definition. My personal favorite is the best computer is no computer. And that basically sums it up, because if you really do cloud computing, you won't have your own computers anymore. But we have to realize that that will take time. Officially, we're using the definition by the NIST, National Institute of Standards and Technology, and that is now basically used by most vendors. And in that definition, it's 2 pages long. And actually, I wrote a little booklet which tries to explain what is in there, so you don't have to study the definition, but you can read the book at your leisure.
Okay. So do you think the Cloud Confex should become an annual event, and if it does, will you be back next year?
Yeah, I would love to be back. And I think it's good if it becomes a regular event, but we shouldn't focus too much on the cloud aspect. We should focus on what technology can do for businesses, and cloud is just an easier way to use technology for businesses, because you don't get all the complexity, you don't have to buy the servers, unpack the servers, do all those kind of things. You still can, and you can manage it as a private cloud. But just like Gartner said in the session just after me, if you're really serious about cloud, first look at the public cloud. And then if there are areas where you say, well, there I really don't want to go public yet, then start with private in those areas. And we're basically looking at both areas because we think both have great potential.
Thank you, Gregor, once again for making time for us this morning. I hope to see you back next year, and I hope you have a fantastic GTEx this year as well. So thanks to Gregor.
Okay, thank you very much.
We have with us today Goksel Tobash, who is the Server Business Group Lead at Microsoft Gulf, and we are again in front of the Cloud Confex discussing cloud computing services. So Goksel, tell us today, how do you think this cloud computing conference is relevant to the Middle East right now?
Cloud is the most important IT transformation that we live today, and it's kind of an IT transformation that we experience with internet and now with cloud. I think there is too much confusion, and with Cloud Confex we expect that there will be clarity, there will be solutions that our enterprise customers will be able to see and actually start building their plans and investments for the future. So this is a very important moment for, I think, our region.
Fantastic. One of the things that has confused regional enterprises and continues to do so even now is the different definitions of cloud that are floating around. So what is Microsoft's definition of the cloud?
Microsoft has a private cloud and public cloud, and we operate in both three layers of the cloud: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and application as a service. And in fact, Microsoft has its own data centers where we have public cloud offerings, and we also help the enterprise customers to build their own private clouds within their data centers.
One of the things that regional enterprises are also scared about when it comes to cloud computing and cloud services is the security element of things. Now, how is Microsoft handling those challenges? How are you educating the market that cloud is possible without security concerns?
Security is our top topic, and in fact Microsoft has been investing heavily into security, securing our own products. And now in our own data centers, which we've been operating for many years now, to access to 500 million users all around the world with cloud services, we, I think, reached to a level where we can say security is actually done and it can be really satisfied for the customer needs. Of course, this is a journey, and we really need to make sure that we continue to evolve and support the necessary requirements around the security.
Fantastic. Oliver Sharp, an international spokesperson from Microsoft, will be doing a keynote later on in the afternoon. So what will Oliver be talking about? What can regional enterprises expect from Oliver at a speech?
Sure. Oliver is our strategist, the general manager responsible for the strategy in our Sovereign Tools team. And in fact, he is one of the key person driving the strategy behind cloud. He will be focusing on clarifying what cloud is and get customers understand actually what it takes to really go with the cloud. And in fact, today I think Microsoft has a big responsibility to simplify and to clarify how our customers can really benefit from the cloud. As I said, this is a journey, and we just want to make sure that by working closely with the other vendors and other companies, we provide the best benefit of cloud to our customers.
Can you give us an idea on when regional enterprises can expect full-scale cloud solutions from Microsoft in the region?
Well, today private cloud is available. So we have our own private cloud offerings for governments, for telecommunication companies, and it's available today. For public cloud, in the next couple of months, we will have the offering available for our region as well. And in fact, we have multiple offerings, including applications, including platform, and we already have customers that are doing trials on our public platform from the region. So we have ISVs developing their applications. When it becomes available in the next few months, in fact, we will already have customers and our partner ecosystem ready to be able to support more customers in the region.
Thank you, Goksel, for joining us this morning. I hope you have a fantastic GTEx, you enjoy your Cloud Confex, and I hope to see you again next year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our third spokesperson for us at Cloud Confex today is Ali Amar, Regional Sales Manager for the MENA region at Brocade. Ali, what do you think about the Cloud Confex? We are standing today in front of the first annual Cloud Confex that DWTC is organizing, and I would like to know what do you think is the relevance of the Cloud Confex right now for the Middle East region?
I think that we're at the right time to have this Confex. In the past few years, we've been hearing a lot about the cloud and a lot of hypes about the cloud. And this is the right time, I think, to start materializing the issues and having to put this technology into perspective. And I cannot think of a better time to have this conference here in the Middle East, as we're ramping up and the technology is ramping up and the market is more mature to consider this type of technology.
Okay. One of the things that you see in the region a lot these days is confusion on exactly what cloud means. So what is Brocade doing in order to educate customers and enterprises about what the cloud actually means?
Yeah. Brocade is also seeing cloud as the way forward. So a lot of our activities and our marketing and our customer education papers, meeting are built around the cloud. Especially that we're having a lot of influence in what and how the cloud will be going forward, and especially that we believe that what we're building in the cloud is one of the fundamental factors to a successful cloud computing and virtual data center.
Is Brocade working on any cloud computing projects in the region? Do you have pilots already doing, are you doing pilots with the region?
We're doing a lot of, cloud is a very big concept, and actually it's not a new concept. It has been virtualization as the foundation of the cloud is a very old concept. It goes back to the mainframe, but now the adoption rate is higher with new technology, new etc. So I would say yes, we're doing pilots, but our belief is that you don't need to revamp all your infrastructure to do cloud. So in this perspective, yes, but in perspective that we will do a forklift upgrade and do a new project, I am not seeing anything happening in this region before 2012. But in terms of preparation of infrastructure for to enable it to support cloud, public cloud and private clouds, I think everybody is putting this into his radar and into his roadmap, and everybody investing in this direction. So to answer your question short, yes, we're doing this.
Okay, fantastic. What can we expect from Brocade in terms of cloud solutions and services in 2011 for the Middle East?
Yeah. Actually, we already launched our architecture for cloud, our guideline architecture for cloud in June last year, June 2010. And the product is coming because when we launched the concept, it was in beta version, and now we're launching the solid product in the coming months. And we're doing the foundation of networking in the cloud. As I told you, we don't believe that you need to revamp your infrastructure. You can make use of it, but you need to add more intelligence. So we're a big advocate of convergence, network convergence. We don't see it happening out of the blue. We believe that we need to have it in steps, and we need to protect the investment that companies have been doing and enterprise have been doing for the last 10 years. So what we're doing is that we're leveraging the existing and introducing a new product as a mediator, I would say, between what you have in SAN and what you have in LAN. And this is our way to produce a layer 2 convergence tool, and this is the new product that we will announce in the coming few months. It has a lot of services that will sort out all the problems of replicating data center, etc., creating even a bigger cloud from different physical location and so on.
Thank you, Ali, for joining us today and for answering our questions in detail. I hope you have a fantastic GDEX, and I look forward to seeing you next year.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having us.
Okay.